Good evening, everybody, and welcome. This is the Michigan Team Rivalry Show. Mac, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing well. It is the week of the game, which is incredible. The season always goes by so ridiculously fast. It's stupid and lame, and I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
But I do have just a tad bit of news. I am now a rapper.
What?
Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Really?
Play the video.
All right, here it comes. You ready?
Do it. Let's go.
I wanted to say this could be our only show with no technical difficulties, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So here we go. Maybe.
Oh, come
See,
on.
it's happening already. I got to move that out of the way. Here we go. Maybe. Nope.
Really?
There we go.
There's no sound.
There's no sound?
Can you hear the sound?
Yes. Oh,
I
Peter can't hear it either.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Come on. Stop it.
Stop it. So you remember what I was saying about no technical difficulties? I don't know why there's no sound, but there's no sound.
Why is there no sound?
What? We'll have to try it again later.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to release the video anyway, right? So that'll be good.
Yeah, we are.
We got a couple of people in the chat. Rick Sanchez 167 says Michigan will beat an OSU again. Any OSU in particular? Just one. No, sorry, Rick. We know who you're talking about. We know what you mean. Bryce. Sorry, Rick says Bryce will have a legacy game. Casey Bunker is out there and says only is Ohio State beats Michigan, but I highly doubt it. Go Blue. There we go. And Drenger is out there saying, yes, you made it this time. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. And we never, ever, ever have videos without technical difficulties. And tonight is no different. But we do thank you all for being out there. And let's get this show on the road.
Good job by J.J. McCarthy. Take the handoff. Alec Manis is going to throw a pick. They give it to Cora. Up back. Cora. Touchdown, Wolverine. Roman Wilson does it again. Boy, finds some daylight. He's got some speed and some blocker. Outside. Turns the corner. Blake Cora down the sideline. Looking over the middle. Caught. Touchdown, Wolverine. McCarthy extends the play, now using legs. McCarthy a first down.
Boom. Yay. All right, so we are here. This is the show. Normally we are a Michigan channel, but on Wednesdays we bring on our friends from across the YouTubes, from other fan bases to talk about what's going on in the Big Ten. But as it turns out this week, there's really nothing going on. I mean, it's just kind of like football fizzles out from here, right? That's not...
Pretty much.
I mean, what else happens?
I mean, there's really nothing to watch this weekend. Western already played last night and beat Eastern Michigan. We are in the MAC championship, buddy.
The MAC championship.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we're going to go to that again, right?
Are we? I really want to, but
I think we should.
My wife is super pregnant, so I don't know if I'll make it.
Well, she doesn't have to go. That's fine.
Yeah, but I can't leave her alone. I have to take care of her, apparently.
I suppose not. So tonight we are, in fact, going to talk about the game and the other game. Oregon at Washington.
Oh, I was going to say,
That's the other game. That's what we're talking about tonight. So we've got Oregon versus Washington. We've got Ohio State versus Michigan. Your chats, all in about 60 minutes or so. We're going to get this going, and Mac has given me a YouTube link, so we will get back to that video at some point here. Maybe that'll be our teaser. If you hang on until the end of the show, you will get a preview of Mac rapping. Does that sound good?
Yo,
that's what we're gonna do. I have some it's not really bad news, it's maybe sad news in our case. This is going to be our last live stream for the season. We thank everybody out there who's been hanging with us all season. There's just so much going on, as many of you know. Mac's wife is having triplets. There's some family stuff going on my side. Just lots of things going on, lots of stress. And when that happens, something's got to give. And unfortunately, in this case, it is the live stream. I want to say we want to make sure we give you guys the quality show that you're used to, but that would be a lie.
But let's be honest.
But we do try to keep this show at least, as interesting as we possibly can. And so we do put some thought into it. And when we can't do that, I don't want to waste anybody's time, but we do thank everybody out there. And we do have a final show tonight where we're going to talk about the game and the other game. And I forgot. Are we going to do an ad read?
Yeah, probably.
Go for it. You ready for that?
I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I got it.
The ad read.
Okay. Geez. This last final episode of the Team Rivalry Show 2025 is powered by Rise Window and Door, serving Jackson, Ann Arbor, and Lansing. Rise delivers expert craftsmanship, not just in windows, doors, and custom trim, but across the home improvement spectrum. Locally owned and operated, they bring big precision with small town care. No cookie cutter solutions, no shortcuts here. Whether it's upgrading your exterior or transforming your interior, Rise handles every detail with the care and precision you want for your home. Call 810-673-7473 or head to risewindowdoor.com to schedule your free consultation today and let Rise help you realize the vision you have for your home. They're a supporter of the show, so if you need any work done whatsoever, it's a win-win because you're going to support us and support local business.
And he does great work over there. Well worth your time if you have to, or if you need anything done on your house. All right, let's bring the guys on. Let me move this.
I don't want to bring Ben on anymore.
Why not? Not just for that. I'm bringing Ben on first. There he is.
You sellouts. You and your advertisements.
What are you talking about?
We have to make a living too. Of course, they don't pay us.
Ben, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone for
Happy
tomorrow.
Thanksgiving.
We're doing leftovers because we did it yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Because I work tomorrow. So that sucks.
Oh, that does suck. Sorry, man. Here's an idea. Quit your job.
If only I could. I really wish I could.
Yeah.
We also have from Buckeyes Battlecry, we have Peter and we have Rob. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Just a lot of anticipation lead up to this weekend. It's going to be a doozy.
Can't wait, man. The anticipation always builds during the season, and the anxiety is high once again in my heart for this one.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a good weekend. I'm looking forward to it. John Hatfield is out there. He says, will you guys have any playoff game watch parties? I don't know. We might. We're
actually,
not,
that's not a bad idea.
We're not ending the channel. The channel will still be here. We're going to release videos. It's just doing the live stream is tough. And we definitely have the fantasy football thing, which I forgot to bring up. Currently in the fantasy football standings, we have ninth place for Bust is still at 9-3, and the winner of this league. Actually, we've got a three-way tie between the winner of this league, participation champions, and Buckeyes are in shambles, who can't actually win.
No,
because they're allowed to win the prize. So,
but it's a moral victory. I was in like
8th
or 9th place, and I've worked my way into the playoffs now. So, boom,
nice.
Let's go.
So we will still have that. We'll have the we'll do a fantasy football wrap up and see who wins the $50 gift card to. What did we decide? Rallies?
Yeah, Rally
House. It was either Rallies
or whatever it's called.
There was another one.
No,
or big. Oh, the M-Den.
Yeah, but
which is not called Rallies. The M-Den anymore, though, is it?
No, just Rally House now.
Just Rally
House.
Yeah. M-Den went bankrupt somehow.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. That was
probably because they charged $500 for a T-shirt.
Yeah, everybody does. Yeah. So, guys, really, like I was telling you before, we don't really have a big rhyme or reason to this show. We were just going to get into talking about Washington versus Oregon and Michigan versus Ohio State. Those are the two. I believe those are really the two deciding games this weekend. Indiana is pretty much, I believe, a lock for the Big Ten championship. The only real question mark is OSU, Michigan, Oregon, and I guess USC, but
no, they're
not
done.
Sure. Are they done?
No, yeah,
USC. They're not even going to make the playoffs anymore.
Yeah, because even if Oregon lost, if Ohio State lost and Oregon lost, we beat USC, so I think we'd still be over over USC.
Okay.
So.
All right. So then we still got Oregon and Michigan, and OSU looking for that other spot in the Big Ten championship, which we all kind of figured Ohio State was going to go to. But now I've actually been surprised at how many of the professional pundits out there are saying Michigan has a chance at this game. But let's start with, actually, what I want to start with is our regular Pigskin Showdown slide, which is right now we've got for most wins. Mac and Rob are actually tied now.
Yeah, we are.
So, Mac, I don't know what you're going to do about that. Rob is also winning in the percentages with 87.1%.
Let's go, Rob.
So
it's quantity over quality. Okay.
He's got the quantity now too.
Well, we're tied with the quantity.
I know, but also
whatever helps you sleep at night, Mac.
It does help me sleep at night. That does help me sleep. It helps me sleep. No, you know what? All right. I'm glad we're ending the live stream now.
While we talk about these games, also everybody in the chat, don't forget to give us your picks for the games. The first game we're going to talk about is Oregon at Washington. The spread in this game is actually a little bit narrower than it is for the Michigan-Ohio State game at 6.5 in Oregon's favor. The over-under is 50.5. The FPI is giving Oregon a 75.1% chance to close this one out and have an excellent season. Guys, let's talk about who's going to win this game. Let's just break this down and find out what you guys think about what can Washington do here, what can Oregon do, and normally, we try to go through these things kind of quick, but let's take our time. We can break this down if you want by different positions groups or just sort of in general, find out what you guys think about each of these teams. I'm going to put Rob, I'm going to have you go first. What do you see in this game? Does Oregon win? Does Washington have a chance? What happens?
I don't like what I've seen from Washington down the stretch. They lost to a terrible Wisconsin game. Wisconsin team. Just shouldn't have happened. It seems like they're just not focused, underperforming. Here you have Oregon, who, by the way, Dan Lanning's a complete savage. The reason why they wore black for the Oregon USC game was for a Trojan funeral, as he put it. Say what you want about Dan Lanning, but he's a savage. He's a good head coach, knows how to motivate the troops. What I've seen is they have a really good run game, possibly one of the best in the Big Ten. Dante Moore has been really efficient as well. And it seems like it doesn't matter what wide receivers on the field. All of them are going to eat no matter what, especially when you have a quarterback as efficient as Dante Moore. Defense, they have a really good defensive line, led by Bear Alexander, and their secondary. It may be so. Wait, Ben, is their secondary injury riddled?
No, the secondary is okay. The USC game is one of those anomalies where that's just the type of team that you play and you expect to give up passing yards. But that's what happens when you only allow 58 rushing yards.
Gotcha. Yeah. They have a really good defensive line. It just seems like Washington's biggest weapons are, they try to get their quarterback going. They try to get their running back going. They have good wide receivers and a tight end, but they just haven't really been showing since like the first couple weeks of the season. So you know what? There's no way in chance that Washington wins this. Dan Lanning just has probably given his players the mindset that, hey, like, we win, then we got to leave the rest up to chance. But in order to have a chance to make the Big Ten title game again, we got to win. Then just wait out Ohio State, Michigan. So wait, is this game after Ohio State, Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah.
3:30.
Let's say by some unfortunate reason, well, not unfortunate for you guys, but on some unfortunate reason Ohio State loses, then he'll really have the team ready, because it's just like, okay, we win, we're in the Big Ten championship game. But other than that, I just don't see a path for Washington to win. Give me Oregon 40, Washington, I'm gonna say 20.
40-20. All right. Peter, what do you
Yeah,
think?
a lot more confidence in Washington's offense than I do. Versus big-time opponents, the Huskies have been pretty paltry and honestly pretty pathetic. With the likes of Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston and Damon Williams, they should have one of the Big Ten's best offenses, in my opinion. And I expected that. Coming out of the non-conference, they're averaging 55 points a game, I believe. They scored 7 or 6 versus Ohio State. I think 7 versus Michigan, and they're just not producing versus the big teams. It reminds me a lot of Maryland, Paper Tigers. Put up insane numbers in the non-con, look like world beaters coming into Big Ten play and just completely fall apart and look pathetic versus these top-ranked teams. So, man, I'm surprised Rob's going to give them 20 points there, but I don't think they'll break 10 versus the Ducks defense.
It's a home game. So.
This is a long game, and it's the rival.
I said
so take that into consideration.
Game. It's a home game for Washington.
It is. That's true. That's true. They played us at home, though, and only scored 7, I think it was. So we'll see how they perform. I think, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lanning got his first win against the Huskies last year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, the other 3 losses were against DeBoer and Penix by a total of like 10 points in 3 games.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were close. That's painful. That is painful against your arch rival. We know what that's like from last year, but I don't think there's any chance, like Rob said, that Washington comes victorious. Jed Fish, honestly, I thought they were going to take a step forward this year. He's a good coach, and I still think he is a good head coach. But they didn't take that leap forward that I expected them to take. And so Dan Lanning is the superior coach. He's proven more so far. He is just 1-2 versus the Huskies, I think. But he's going to notch a win in Husky Stadium. It's not going to be pretty. I'll say 41 to 9, Oregon.
All right. Yeah. Dringer is throwing some stuff in there. He's got 34-17 Oregon. As you can see there, he's also pointing out that when OSU went to Washington, it was 24-6. And
yes.
Washington at Michigan was 24-7. So, yeah, Washington's not putting up a ton of points this year.
Not against good defenses anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Ben, since Oregon and Washington are still, new teams to us, is this where does the Oregon-Washington game rank in rivalries for the old Pac-12 teams?
This is still, even amongst the Pac-12, I would say still one of those forgotten rivalries. You always think USC, UCLA, USC, Notre Dame, like Oregon State, Washington State. Oregon-Washington has been a rivalry. This is the 118th meeting between these teams since 1900. The only time they didn't play was 1944, 1945, for obvious reasons. There was some other world stuff happening those years.
Like what?
Google it.
Just stuff.
As Signetti would say, Google
all
it.
right.
Google it.
What was happening in
2001? There was some weird scheduling in the Pac-10. At that point, we didn't play 2001, and then we didn't play in 2020 because Washington had to cancel the game. We all know what happened in 2020. So,
right.
And Washington screwed Oregon years ago by voting in someone else to go to the Rose Bowl over Oregon. That's where kind of the hatred came from. And ever since then, it is definitely, if you watch Game Day from Saturday, everyone asks, who's the bigger rival? They always ask this, the Beavers or the Dogs? And everyone, the whole crowd behind them was just like, F Huskies. Everyone just immediately just,
Okay.
So,
but how can you hate a team with a mascot as cute as that? I mean, you guys have the
cute.
Ducks, and I
Ours
like
is cuter.
Ducks.
Ours is cuter.
I like Ducks. All right, I'm not upset with
Yours
the
is
Ducks.
Donald
I like Ducks. And that's awesome. You got a problem with Donald Duck, Rob?
Got a lot of problems down with Doc.
But now with
That
the
wasn't Donald Duck.
with Oregon State
Sound like
though,
Sneasel.
is Oregon State like on the same level as Oregon, or is that more like a Western Michigan versus Michigan?
Hey, what are you trying to say?
It's
I'm just
probably
saying-
it's becoming potentially like that, but Oregon State apparently is working to finalize their head coaching search with the Montana State coach.
Ah,
Or
all right.
I heard that. Yeah.
Allegedly, that's what's underway, which would be a good grab for them.
Yeah.
Is he the one that beat Washington back in 2021? I think it was.
No, that was Montana.
Right.
Oh, you're right. This is Montana.
That was Montana.
State.
This is the runner-up, the FCS runner-up last year, who lost in the title game. They played at Oregon the first year. This one, the first game this year on the road, but they're like unbeaten in the FCS.
Yeah, they're a power.
So
All right.
they're solid. So that'd be a
Okay.
good grab for Oregon State. But it is kind of trending that way. We won't play them next year. There will be a 1-year gap in the rivalry between Oregon and Oregon State. But I will say the Big Ten did the right thing by making Oregon-Washington a permanent end-of-year schedule.
Oh yeah, one of the permanent rivalries.
Yes. So the Big Ten
Yeah.
did do a good job there. As much as we'd love to play USC every year, at least getting to see Washington every year was
All right.
important.
All right, Ben, give us your breakdown then for this game. What's going to happen? Who's going to win?
Well, Rob and Peter did a pretty good job there in simplistic fashion, in the sense that Washington has put up points, but they've allowed a bunch of points too to not so good teams. And then when they face good teams, like with a relatively competent defense, they haven't done so well, even at home. Not just on the road, but at home, they haven't done well, like you were noting the Ohio State game. Now, they did beat Illinois, but Illinois, I think we all would say, it's kind of been up and down this year.
Yeah.
They haven't been as
Say
consistent
the
as they
least.
were like last year. So, but they still gave it 25 points to Illinois at home.
Yeah.
No, they have been on a tear. I mean, good job. You put up 49 and 48 against Purdue and UCLA. And no offense to UCLA, since their like 3-game win streak, 2 or 3 game win streak they had, they've kind of been on. It kind of died. That momentum they had died out.
It died when they played Indiana.
Yeah. So does most everyone does this year. I think the spread is relatively small. I was kind of surprised when I saw it, but I think the one thing that people are thinking is, of course, Washington's at home. Who's the best running quarterback the Oregon's seen this year?
Mendoza?
Running quarterback?
Is Mendoza a running quarterback? Or is he a pocket passer?
He can run at times.
Yeah,
He can move.
He's a pocket
He can
passer,
move.
but he's capable of running. We did this
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
We did this last night on our Quacking Off preview show for it, and it was Mendoza, and actually the most effective one was Drew Aller.
Oh,
Oops.
okay.
Remember, we played Drew Aller at home. We played Drew Aller at Penn State. So
That was the
when
first loss.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it wasn't much difference. So I think he had 42 yards and Mendoza had 30 yards. So neither of them really were amazing, but they're effective. But Jamon Williams is a different kind of quarterback. He's actually like a dual threat. So you have to take that into account. Maybe they're thinking Oregon hasn't played a dual threat quarterback that can really hurt you, because Maeva for USC did not run the ball like at all against Oregon because they couldn't run the ball. So I guess Lincoln Riley and his judgment was like, which Lincoln Riley's judgment is crap anyways.
Yep.
But they were like, why run him? It's not going to work. So we have to deal with Damon Williams. You've got Coleman, you've got Williams, you've got Muhammad back there. So you have a 3-headed monster with a quarterback in the running field, in the running back game. Then you've got to deal with the receivers, and their receivers are not, crazy good. But I mean, they're good receivers. I'm not going to downplay the receiving core. You've got Boston, Roebuck. You've got Coleman out of the backfield. DeGraff at the tight end position. Vines Bright is still suitable. I just need to know what Oregon's health looks like, because, we're without like our 3 best receivers.
Oof.
And we were down
There's
three
a lot of that going
linemen.
around.
We were down 3 linemen, offensive linemen this last game too. So,
Jeez.
you know, I need to see the health of where this team is. Because I mean, like this USC game was weird. It was like USC center went out. 2 plays later, Oregon center went out, and we were both on backup centers the entire game. You know, it was like,
And all of a sudden, snaps were going everywhere.
thankfully, our backup center Picard, he's fixed his bad snap issues that he had the last couple years, where he used to snap really high. He did fix that, so that's a good thing to see from him on his final season. But
why is it that all backup centers kind of suck for a little while?
That's why they're the backups.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it's the drop off from like starting center to
C2
to backup, yeah, C2 is like stark.
It's hard to find a really good center. I think that's the hardest part, because the center is doing all the calls. He's the one making the decisions. You know, he has to worry about the count. He's the one that has to snap. He has to make sure everyone's on time. So I think that's part of it. Now Picard's been there for several years, so I mean he's good, but he's fixed his issues. Poncho will be back. Poncho could have come back in the game for us, but they kept him out because they're like, he's doing fine. You know, just
yeah,
rest over here, buddy. He was good to go, but being down linemen, again, 3 receivers, and even one of our receivers got dinged up in the USC game, but he was able to come back in after he got his shoulder rolled up. I even on the road, I know it's a rivalry game, but I'm the same thing as most of your guys' score is actually pretty close to what I had. I'm obviously confident because I think, like you said, Dan Lanning's a motivator. Win or lose, I don't want to go to the Big Ten title game. If we do end up having to go there, just take a knee the entire time and get the home game, the home playoff game. Just take a knee.
Yeah. That is ridiculous, though. That the fact, whatever.
I mean, what would you rather Oregon not go to the Big Ten title game or have to go? Oregon's won the Big Ten title 2 years in a row.
I mean, I think that championship games or conference championship games should be just completely done away with if we're going to do this 12-game playoff nonsense. And then, frankly, if they go to 16, like, it's over. Like, stop with the Big Ten title because there's no point. Like, bring back the regular season title. That's good enough. And remove the title game from consideration, because you're just going to go to that game and get what out of it? Like, you should, if you win that title game, you should be the one that gets home field advantage, but you get a first round bye, which makes your players cold. And then you end up having to play on a neutral field anyway, which is stupid.
Yeah.
The top 4 seeds last year all lost, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did.
Oh no, Arizona State won.
Yeah. Arizona.
No.
Yeah.
Arizona State didn't. Arizona State lost to Texas.
Oh, that's
right.
right.
But they won their first game, didn't they?
No.
Well, no. Arizona State
You're right.
Had a bye.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, they had the bye.
Yep.
So going. So Arizona State, they played because they're in the Big 12. They played
Texas.
Now, how do they play Texas?
Well, that was their playoff game.
Yeah, the SEC.
I was talking about
the
the Big 12 championship game.
Oh,
they actually won. Yeah,
I don't remember who they played.
Yeah, but going to Mac's point, I was just thinking about this. If you make it to your conference championship game and you lose, you're gonna get first round. That's 4 extra games plus that. So there's possibly 5 extra games past the regular season because you have the conference championship game. You lose that, you got the first round, the second round, the semifinals, and the national championship game. So that's a really long season.
17 games, man. Becoming like the NFL.
But with Rob and Peter, I was these two are ridiculously close to what I said yesterday. I think Oregon will cover. I think Dan Lanning is a motivator. I had 42-20. I'm giving Washington's offense some credit. Rivalry game, they're not going to quit either. They're not just going to lay down and die or something like that. So, I think Oregon covers it easily.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the scenario here. If Washington does happen to beat Oregon, Oregon's still probably in the playoffs, aren't they? Because they're not going to drop more than 6.
I would say so.
They'd still be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They'd still be in. They'd still be in because
Yeah,
they'd only have the 2 losses at that point.
The big difference is
Right.
instead of a home game, we would be on the road. We'd be the road team.
Yeah,
In the
Yeah,
first
for sure.
We would
Yeah.
definitely love the home game compared to the road game, obviously.
Right.
Especially
Right.
right now.
Would
Right
you?
now, as it's sitting, it would be Miami at Oregon.
Oh,
Turns.
Ooh, I tune into that.
and it's gonna be 30 degrees.
Yeah, buddy.
Imagine Lanning's little motivator there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Mac. What do you think? What do you got for Oregon and Washington?
So you know how I am an agent of chaos.
Yes.
Yes. Here's the thing. Washington has won their last 2 games in blowout fashion. They're on a roll in terms of their offense. I understand Dan Lanning's a big motivator and all that. He is, but sometimes he has like an inexplicable loss here or there. And you never, there's no real rhyme or reason to it. It's just every once in a while, Dan Lanning is just like, hey, maybe I'll jump in a pool with this recruit, only for that recruit to decommit like 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes he's just that kind of coach. You know, he seems like a nice enough guy. You know, I would be, if Sharon Moore didn't work out for Michigan, I'd be like, hey, dude, hire Dan Lanning because that's awesome. I don't know if we've got Phil Knight money, but where was I going with this? Oh yeah. Anyway. Washington's actually got a really good offense, especially when they're firing on all cylinders. The problem is that as soon as they hit a defense that's worth their weight in salt, they crumble. So as much as I want to say that the numbers show that Washington can win this game, they really don't. The talent on the field doesn't even say that Washington can win this game. But you know what does say that Washington can win this game? The devil on my shoulder. Washington is winning this game, and they're winning it 31-24 because at some point, Washington's defensive line is going to be able to take advantage of some of the injuries on Oregon's offensive line and get pressure on Dante Moore and stay in the game long enough to potentially pull out the upset win. Give me Washington.
This is what Mac is actually saying. He's actually saying, please let there be chaos. We need help to get to the Big Ten championship. So
Please, Oregon, please.
Oh,
No.
I didn't even think of that. No, that's true. All right. Hey,
That's where my brain went. I thought that was totally your
Okay.
angle.
yeah,
No, I didn't even think about that. No, that's a good point, though.
Well, here we go then. This could be the game that puts Rob ahead on wins. So
Yeah, somebody's
And
gotta
we
be
know
ahead.
they're going
I
to be
don't
different
care.
in the next game too. So
yeah,
I have a brand that I'm trying to uphold here. That brand is fun, loving, charming chaos. All right,
Mick Chaos.
that's what I am.
I thought,
Well,
it was,
well.
I thought it was mediocrity.
Ooh,
Well, that too,
Yeah.
but we try not to talk about that.
we try not to. Yeah.
We try not to.
Let me grab a couple of chats here. Jeremy Adams is calling Oregon 38-17.
Boo.
Murkrow says Michigan, to quote Bo Schembechler, the team. That's not the game we're talking about yet. but it's still a good quote.
The team. It is.
I love this here. Our old friend Penn State Sports Talk says we, and then he says we are 1 win away from a bowl game.
Is Penn State beating Rutgers?
It's good to be self-aware. Yeah. Are they playing them right now?
Is
They're not playing right now.
No, I just mean, is it going to happen? Like, is Penn State going to be able to beat Rutgers this weekend? I feel like the answer is yes, but you never know.
You just never know. Yeah. Oh, our old friend Sharice is out there. She says Michigan sucks. She can't even spell Michigan, but she says it sucks. I don't understand.
Michigan.
Yeah. But
Hi,
thank you,
Sharice.
for
Hope
being
you're
out
having
there.
a good night.
We do appreciate you watching, Sharice. Thanks, man. Drenger says no Ohio.
Yeah,
Our
no
friend
Ohio. Ohio
Penn State
sucks.
Sports Talk says the Iron Bowl is better. Now, this is the debate that goes on. What is the better rivalry, the Iron Bowl or the game?
It's the game. It's not even close. You
I mean,
need
it
to
has to
stop
be,
with this
yeah.
whole Iron Bowl is better thing. Iron Bowl is a great rivalry for sure. But has anybody gotten pepper sprayed at the Iron Bowl? Is that a no?
Texas, Oklahoma's number 2. Alabama, Auburn's number 3.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, especially when both Texas and Oklahoma are good.
Yeah. It's a fantastic game to watch every year.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a request
it
out there
is.
from Penn State Sports Talk. Wants you to talk about Rutgers and Penn State. You guys got anything to say about Rutgers and Penn State? Who's going to win that one?
When's not Chris Ash. Chris Ash already got fired from Rutgers like back in 2019. Where did my brain go? When's
Greg Schiano.
Greg Schiano, thank you. When's he getting fired from Rutgers?
I have no idea.
Probably next year.
But I can,
Is Rutgers really in the business to have high standards in terms of coaching?
No, but for some reason they do.
Isn't Greg Schiano the only coach that's literally won there ever in 2 different stints?
Hey, they won the first
yeah.
national title. Don't put some respect on their name.
it's the birthplace of college football.
I'm
That's
sorry,
back when
Rutgers.
nobody
I
cared
bow,
about
I bow
football.
to you. I bow to you and are non-claiming the titles.
Here you go. I'm going to give you guys this information. All right. The spread is 13.5 in Penn State's favor. The over-under is 55.5. And right now, the FPI is giving Penn State 82.8% to win this game.
That's
so
too
real
low.
quick,
That's
who would you
too
pick,
low.
Penn State or Rutgers?
I pick Penn State.
Peter?
I'll go Penn State, just on a gut feel.
Ben?
Penn State, welcome
right.
to the bowl season.
Come on.
Is this counting towards a record?
Maybe it is. Yeah. No, it's not because we didn't talk about that one before. So we're just throwing this one out there.
No,
Mac,
count it. What are you
No, I'm not
talking
gonna
about? Count
Mac,
it.
What you got? Penn State?
No, count
or
it.
Rutgers?
I'm
I'm
not
with you.
giving
You
a
gotta
pick
own it.
until you say that you count it. Yeah, if you make a pick, you own it. Count.
Okay.
Count the game.
Rob, do you want to keep your pick? You good?
We're gonna count the game. This is not even.
Yeah.
This was totally unexpected. This was not on the slate.
Curveball. Chaos.
Okay. All right. I don't know why you expected anything resembling organization on this show. Okay, we're throwing curveballs all day long. All right, that's what's happening.
If they're going to
Count
complain,
it.
you can count it for me anyways. If I need an extra win. So
All right.
Mhm.
All right. I'm counting it. Everybody said Penn State so
Count
far.
it.
So Mac,
What?
you going with Rutgers?
Yes.
All right.
So here's the thing, though. I'm looking at passing yards. Do you guys realize that Ethan Kaliak-Manis
Oh, yeah.
has 1,686 more passing yards than Drew Aller? Did we know that was a fact of the world in which we are currently living in the year of our Lord 2025?
I'm
that
such a
Ethan
sicko.
that's
I shouldn't admit to this, but I did know that.
I was like, that's because
He
Drew
did know
Aller is
that.
on the bench.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. He is on the bench now.
Wow.
Jelly Menace.
Stop right now. Rutgers is winning this game. I'm with Keegan here in the chat, although I think 55-0 might be a little nutty even for me. Give me 65-0 Rutgers. No, I'm joking. No, I do think Rutgers is going to win this game. Both teams are looking for bowl eligibility, which means, yes, Penn State will be motivated, but they're without their head coach. They're without their starting quarterback. They've got injuries elsewhere. Rutgers just got their butts handed to them by Ohio State, but they had a pretty solid win against Maryland and Purdue earlier in the season, which, as I'm saying, that makes me regret my pick. But I'm going to stick with it because Ethan Kaliak-Manis is absolutely killing it. They have a really good running attack as well, and they're at home. So give me Rutgers.
All right. You got it. Keegan wanted to know but who's going to win the fantasy football league. Not me, but Keegan, I don't know if you saw this earlier. 9th place or bust is winning right now, 9-3. So
Keegan, as it stands right now, you and I are going to meet in the first round of the playoffs.
And you're not allowed to win. So we should just give it to Keegan now.
Well, hold up.
What?
He still has to win it.
If it comes out, if you win and Keegan is number 2, Keegan gets the prize.
Oh, I'm lying.
You cannot
anyway.
win the prize.
If it's okay, I'm sorry. Right now it's me and GT are playing in the first round of the playoffs. But yeah, I completely understand that. I don't want the prize. I'm just saying I could still win the playoffs. And if I do win the playoffs, we'll give the prize to second place, which will not be me.
Sharice is putting in her pick for OSU, of course. OSU finally beats Michigan 38-14.
That's weird. I thought Charisse was a huge Michigan fan.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? People change their minds
It's
pretty
weird.
fast.
It's really weird.
Keegan says he's got OSU with 13.
Bro.
That
I
is
miss something?
if Ryan Day has another mental, I don't even know what to call it.
Another mental breakdown.
Yes.
Mac is not beating me in fantasy football there here. Let me see
I'm
here.
about to.
Dringer has 31-21 Penn State for that one. Keegan had 55-0 for Penn State. Oh, no. Dringer changed it 38-13. Jeremy says,
okay.
Rutgers, hell no.
Yeah, Rutgers. Jeremy is not a believer in Rutgers.
No,
Is
not at all.
it still, just as the outsider here, is it weird that you guys have put off Rutgers as literally the garbage and already had to elevate Oregon to like such a high standard in your Big Ten rankings?
It's like Rutgers and Maryland, what? They joined the Big Ten, what was that, in 2011?
12?
Was it 2011?
2014.
14.
First year was 14, yeah.
Yeah, and none of
Yeah.
us could understand why.
Nope.
It didn't make any sense. Neither of them were good teams. They weren't good teams then. They're not good teams now, but they brought them into the Big Ten for reasons. And yeah, when we found out Oregon was coming in, we're like, oh, good. Finally, a good team.
No, literally none of us said that.
Yes,
You no,
I said
okay.
it every day, twice a day. I even
when
called
Maryland
people
and
and told them, I'm glad Oregon's coming to the Big Ten. That's what I did.
You're full of crap. When
USC
Maryland and Rutgers joined the
wasn't
Big
happy.
Ten. Yeah, when Maryland and Rutgers joined the Big Ten in 2014, we all wondered why, because they suck. And you're right, they did suck then. And we weren't entirely sure why teams of that level of suckage would join the prestigious conference that is the Big Ten. Now, it didn't help anything that both of them beat Michigan that year.
Yeah,
but other than that, when Oregon and USC and Washington and that other really dumb school in California joined the Big Ten, we all just kind of went, all right, so this is what football is now. It's owned by special interests, and the special interests apparently prefer not playing defense. So there you go.
Yeah, we all wondered about when the Pac-12 teams came in. How do you control the mileage there? And then why is it still the Big Ten?
I hope they've all got their Capital One mileage cards, whatever.
Or Delta Sky Miles or something.
Yeah.
Or Delta Sky Miles or something. Yeah, because literally one season of football and they've got a free vacation to, I don't know, what's a cool place you can fly to?
Tahiti.
Mars.
Come on.
Mars.
Oregon flies charter plane with all first class seats only. Come on now.
Oh,
we
nice.
got our own stuff.
That is true.
That's right. You got Phil Knight money. I forgot.
Yeah, Ohio State does too, though.
Man,
Those
we
ducks
got
know how to
Larry
fly.
Ellison.
Okay.
That
It was good.
may have been the best joke on this channel ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever.
All right, guys, let's go to the game that we're all very interested in. Ohio State is coming to the Big House this weekend for, I forgot to look up and see what number is this?
121st time.
121st time for the
Wow.
Michigan-Ohio State game. The spread is currently sitting at an astonishing 9.5 points, which for some reason I have USC there. That should be OSU. The over-under is 43.5, and the FPI is giving Ohio State a healthy 78.2% to win this game. As you guys know, obviously the banter on the media and on X and all of that has just been crazy. Some of it goes too far, I'm just going to say, but a lot of it's good-natured. There's a lot of weird rumors floating around. I just wanted to bring this one up real quick. I heard today that there is the possibility that LSU is talking to Ryan Day. Total rumor. I don't know if there's anything to substantiate that, and I am not going to stand on that. But apparently, I did take a minute to look it up, and so far, somebody told somebody that Ryan Day's name came up in their search, and I don't know if it was we need to find a coach like Ryan Day or we need to get Ryan Day. But just real quick, do you think under what scenario do you think Ryan Day would leave Ohio State for another team?
$1 billion.
If he loses to Michigan again, or beats Michigan and feels like he can finally move on.
Oh.
Okay, of course Ryan Day's name is going to be coming up in coaching searches. He's a fantastic coach and everyone wants to figure out what they need to do to get him to their school. Like, it makes sense. And I mean, there is the question, would, maybe Ryan Day would prefer the warmer weather of LSU. Maybe LSU has some sort of resource that OSU doesn't have. I don't know what that could possibly be, but maybe it's Cajun chicken. I don't know. I just think that, I mean, Ryan Day is such a good coach that, of course, his name is going to be brought up in any and every coaching search that possibly comes up. So you really shouldn't be surprised when rumors start like, oh, is Ryan Day headed to wherever? Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't take it seriously unless, of course, he lost to Michigan again and the fans chase him out of Columbus, or an NFL team comes calling.
I think the question too is: has Ryan Day even addressed any any rumors about anything? Because like every coaching search, Dan Lanning comes up. They're like, Dan Lanning is the target this year. Cal just fired Wilcox, and Tosh Lupoy is a head target apparently because he's a alum of Cal. So it kind of makes sense. Will Stein was like, go back to Louisville. He's like, no. He literally said no. Or OC.
No.
Dan Lanning is openly on TV said, I am not going anywhere. He doesn't beat around the bush about it and go, well, we'll see how the season plays out and what happens. He just says no. Does Ryan Day even acknowledge or address any of this? Because I don't see why in anyone's right mind, unless you get blown out by Michigan this week for some reason, why he would go anywhere at all. No idea why.
There's really no reason.
Yeah.
Free Jumbo Shimp and Jambalaya for life, maybe.
Oh, never mind. I'm sold.
I'll take that job. Rob, what do you think? Is that even a thought to entertain or what?
I think he's made it clear to the Ohio State fans that he wants to win multiple national championships at Ohio State, and he just signed a giant contract extension. I don't think he's going anywhere. If anything, he would take that leap to the NFL. He's got a good in Columbus. The AD's on his side. NIL seems to be vamping up, and it just seems like they hit the recruiting stride. I mean, they're flipping recruits left and right, and landing recruits for the 2027 class. He also has an elite staff on his side, possibly the best staff he's had during his entire tenure there. So I just really don't see a reason why he would leave Ohio State. I mean, he has all the resources necessary.
I think Rob's correct too. And like Max said, though, I think he'd have to leave on his own terms. It wouldn't be forced out. It would have to be like, I've succeeded here. I'm going to go take another challenge or something. But again, when you're so good, there's no question Ryan Day is an amazing coach. So you'd have to be silly. It's like even like winning the USC game, winning this last weekend, Dan Lanning activated an automatic 1-year extension worth like $10.9 million because he got 10 wins.
Wow.
Yeah.
They give him an annual contract extension for every 10-win season. Why would you leave a place that automatically rewards you for winning?
Man.
Like, why? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Again, as I say, to be a football coach, though, you have to be a psychopath. So
you do. It's kind of strange. Ohio State, at least in my lifetime, with Tressel and with Urban and with Day, is never as good as an elite as they were. Their names weren't floated too many times because it's the top of the sport. Like, there is no higher to go. The only option to go up is the NFL. And so, and for Tressel, that was never a consideration. He wants to mold young men. For Urban, he does not care about young men at all, unfortunately, except for the football field. But, the rumors were floated for him for the NFL, I think. And then obviously he did go to the NFL. But, Day never addresses these rumors or things that come out. And the Ohio State Beat does a good job of not asking these questions, unlike, some other programs like Ole Miss or, the coaches' names that have been floated around this year. They get asked almost at every single press conference, are you leaving? Are you leaving? Are you leaving? But for some reason, the Ohio State Beat doesn't ask those questions. So it's yeah, I don't remember it ever coming up in my life that, hey, we might lose him to another program.
No, the other thing you have to look at is Ohio State is a destination job. I mean, that's why Ohio State has gotten like 3 consecutive just great coaches, from Tressel to Meyer today. I mean, it's just, who wouldn't want to coach there?
Yep.
Yeah,
they're an all-in university and program.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with that. I am waiting for the juicy stuff out of Ole Miss this weekend.
Yes.
And you know, it seems like this, you know, Ryan Day LSU thing, you know, you got to look at who's probably pushing this. It's kind of like in politics before the election, you know, your October surprise to, you know, a distraction. I just feel like this is just, you know, your definition of an October surprise, except it's college football.
Right.
And what do you know? It's right before a big game, the biggest rivalry in all of college football.
Yep. Keegan, wait a minute. Where did Keegan says he thinks Ryan Day has 6 more years on his contract. John Hatfield said that Ohio State just flipped a 2026 recruit from LSU.
Future news: that recruit flips back to LSU right after they announce Ryan Day's accepted the head coaching job.
And Keegan says that he thinks Day has at least 4 more years there at Ohio State. That makes sense. Okay, guys, before we get into breaking down the game, Mac has asked me to try to share the video again.
Well, okay, you got to make it about me. I just thought it would be a good thing to try. Like, that makes it, Dad, can you please show my video to the people?
That's literally what you did before we went live.
That's not what I did before we went. I worked hard on this. I worked hard on this video, man. And I dropped some bars for this too. Like, it's, you know, Eminem could never.
I'm ready for a hot 16 from you right here, man. Mike, what you got?
It's currently muted, Dad.
It is?
Yeah. Oh, I hope this works. I'm so pumped for this.
Okay, let me turn this up. And here we go. Can you hear it?
No.
No?
Come on.
I think it's a sound card issue here. We probably have to. Let me see here. I probably have to upload the actual video to the site here, which is going to take a while. So
that's fine. All right, whatever.
All right.
Maybe if I shared.
We could try. Maybe we'll try that later or something. But at any rate, everybody hang out there. The video will be out there. So, okay. Breaking down this game now. One of the things I wanted to point out was that I am surprised. I am legitimately surprised at how many professional pundits are actually saying Michigan has a chance to win this game. My expectation this year at the beginning of the season was essentially we would go 10-2 with a possible loss to Ohio State. And I think the other one was going to be USC. Well, I think was my prediction for another loss. That Michigan wouldn't go into the Big Ten championship. They might get a first-round spot and lose in the first round. Did not expect for Michigan to have a chance at Ohio State this year, given last year was kind of a miracle. But there's a bunch of professional pundits out there saying Michigan has a chance, which I think is fascinating. And the famous one right now is that Josh Pate came out and said that he believes that Michigan can win this game. I definitely think it's possible that Michigan can win, given last year. They're a better team than they were last year. So if they beat Ohio State last year, they have a shot to beat them this year. Rob and Peter, I know on your show last night, you were talking about on paper at Ohio State. There's no football reason that Ohio State shouldn't win this game, but there's always that weird factor out there. So we're going to get into this now. And Rob, I'm going to have you go first.
So
what is going on here? What do you think?
So you referenced Josh Pate. I'm going to talk about that real quick because it ties in with the game. He said that last season he picked Ohio State, does not want to be proved wrong again. And then he said, if it takes me picking Michigan for Ryan Day to finally get over the hump, I'm gonna pick Michigan to win. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
All right.
But I'm not going to talk about the talent. There's talent all around the board. I will say that I feel like Ohio State's #2 rushing defense in the country is not being taken seriously enough. They've only allowed 81 yards per game, and also the offense as well. They're elite, and we know Rob calls a win by 20. Keegan, I'm not going to call a win by 20. I think it's going to be a close game. But I just feel like both sides of the trenches aren't being taken seriously. Yes, Ohio State has a problem with their run offense, the right side of the ball, but they've been elite in pass protection, only giving up 5 to 6 sacks this season. And their main threat is passing. Looks like Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are going to be back. I call nonsense on those injuries.
They even said they were injured. I mean, they said they'd be coming back, but they said they were injured.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just calling nonsense on how much it was played out. Let's be honest. They are
severity.
They are resting. Ryan Day is playing the long game, but also I think Day finally has his quarterback. McCord, he just obviously couldn't get it done. He was shaky in the pocket. Howard, shaky in the pocket. I think Ohio State has their best quarterback since either CJ Stroud, most accurate. I mean, I don't know if Peter agrees with me with this, but even Stroud was shaking the pocket at times. Well, Julian Sand is elite in terms of working the pocket. He knows when to step out. He knows when to step. He knows when the pocket's closing. So I think quarterback play is going to be a big factor as well. Each team is gonna, do their own style of football. Obviously, Michigan is a ground game. Ohio State's air game. And you know what? For those of you for those of you who are talking about the weather, why are you talking about the weather so much? Who cares about the weather?
Because you blamed the weather when Michigan won in 2021.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said last night.
All right. I don't care about that. 2021 is a different year. 2022 is different year. 2023 and 2024. But let's not act like Ohio State was
let me just
not.
Interject there.
Yeah.
I think what weather does, rain, snow, primarily cold weather, it's a game leveler. It tends to take skill out of the game, and then it's just a matter of who can stand up the longest. I think that's where weather becomes a factor. Carry on.
But so Keegan put the problem for OSU is pass pro. How is pass protection a problem? They've only given up 5 to 6 sacks. What football team are you watching? I swear, like in terms of Matt Patricia and the defense, like all the sports analysts agree that what he's throwing at offenses is elite. It's confusing, but no, when Michigan media members look at it, they're like, oh, nothing special, nothing to see here. Just like, you guys keep downplaying things. Like, call it for what it is. I mean, Matt Patricia has been elite. And you know what? I'm not going to let you guys get away with the whole pass protection. Ohio State's pass protection has been elite, only 5 to 6 sacks this season.
Yep.
That's why they've been going to the pass so much. It's been elite. But anyways, I'm not going to talk about talent anymore. That doesn't matter. This is the game, the biggest rivalry in all of college football. I'm here to talk about Ryan Day. He has been a completely different coach since that loss to Michigan. Since they planned the play, they got into that brawl. He's just this championship run, this national championship has been a complete reset for himself as a head coach and for this program. There is a different type of culture at Ohio State than what we've seen in 2021, 2022, 2023. That breaking point was Michigan 2024. It just revamped, it reset everything. This team has been very businesslike. They don't care about the outside noise. Now, I will say Ryan Day was really looking at social media, especially calling out an old man on television. Where's Lou Holtz? He's probably in bed right now. But but anyways, I just think that, looking at Ryan Day this season, he has not had that puckered look in his face. It was a close game against Texas. He looked completely calm and chill. It was a close game for a bit against Washington, completely calm and chill. It was a close game for a bit against, Penn State, just chill. And even against Illinois, just completely chill. So I think that he's more confident. He's more calm, cool, collective. And that dude's he's on a tear. Now, I'm not going to say that Ohio State's going to blow out Michigan. I think it's going to be dogfight. But the one thing that I look at this season is that Day has expressed that he is been going with whatever and embracing whatever game plan is being brought forth. And I think that whatever game plan that's being brought forth for the Michigan game, that's what he's going to go with. He's going to have this confidence. He's not going to move away from it from what we saw last season. Give me Ohio State 24. Give me Michigan 21.
Ooh.
That's a good game.
Yeah,
Honestly, wouldn't be mad at that.
that'd be a good game to watch. Now, Peter, before you get into yours, I want to ask I'm trying to think through the Ryan Day is a different coach thing. And what I'm seeing is Ryan Day is currently he's the winningest active coach in college football, right?
But by percentage, yep.
By percentage. So I'm looking at his record. So he became head coach in 2019, right?
Yeah.
He went
Yes, correct.
13-1, one loss in 2019, one loss in 2020, two losses in 21, 22, 23, two losses in 24, wins a national championship, and currently he's 10-0. How is that any different? It seems like he's been pretty consistent all the way through. I don't see a different Ryan Day from last year to this year.
He's gotten over the big games. I mean, what are we talking about here? The thing was, can Ryan Day win a national championship? Can Ryan Day win over the big games? Can Ryan Day win when it was close? Freaking blew the doors off of almost every single team. It was a close game at the end against Texas, which everybody's saying, oh, when Ohio State gets into a dogfight, they're going to lose. They were in a dogfight against Texas, and they ended up winning. He hasn't questioned anything. And you know what? I was looking at his face last season as well in terms of the playoffs. He just has this look in his eye that just someone who you do not want to be in the way of right now.
Evil Ryan Day emerged.
I mean, but Cliff, he wasn't winning those big games. Not everything is about Michigan. All right, not everything's about Michigan.
Right.
He lost a close game against Georgia in the playoff game because of the game plan that he decided to go with at the end of regulation, when he could have gotten closer to kick a closer field goal and possibly go to the national championship game. He got really conservative. What I've seen is Day has been more aggressive. He goes for it more on fourth down. We saw that at the progression during the progression of last season. He went for it more on fourth down. He was more aggressive. But for some reason, this Michigan game, in terms of the mentality, just overthinking it. And I think
All right.
I think last season, after what happened, and especially that players meeting where they all called them out for it, say, hey, we hate when you act like this. We're not going to take it that, it all came down to scheme. Like, you lost because you overthought this. You wanted to beat Michigan at their own game. You wanted to turn away from what makes this team successful. You wanted to pay attention to the fact that oh, the rushing stat in this game is what matters.
All right. Peter, when you give your analysis, I want to throw this at you. Looking at Ohio State's schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So people, obviously everybody says this. Oh, they haven't played anybody.
I know where you're going. Yep.
Looking at Ohio State's schedule, so they had Texas to begin with, and then Texas was within 3 weeks, I think 4 weeks, becomes unranked after playing Ohio State.
Sure.
The only other ranked team on their schedule was Illinois.
Yeah.
Has Ohio State been tested sufficiently? And I guess going to that point also on Michigan's side, has Michigan? Well, actually, you know what? No, I'll leave the Michigan question to Mac when we get to that one. But tell me, has Ohio State been tested sufficiently that they will continue that run like they did last year?
Look, coming into the season, Rob and I previewed said there's 3 games that we're going to circle. And, that were Texas, Penn State, and Michigan. Those, as an Ohio State fan, you have a luxury of just considering guaranteed wins, Sometimes it doesn't always go that way, but those were the 3 games that they could possibly lose. Well, Penn State ended up being hot garbage and firing their coach, which I never saw preseason. No. Texas, although they do have 2 top 10 wins versus Vandy and Bama, they don't look like an elite team in any, shape or form or fashion. And so that leaves us with Michigan. And Illinois was sort of like, it's a toss-up, it could be a trap game, but they've disappointed too. And so you'd be intellectually dishonest if you looked at this Ohio State schedule in the rearview mirror and see how it's played out and say, yeah, no, we've been tested. We're battle tested. We're ready for the best of the best. Like, our schedule from the Big Ten is what it is. We didn't get to play Indiana and Oregon in the regular season this year. That's disappointing, but that's, the unbalanced schedules and the expanded conference. We scheduled a tough game with Texas. We go to them next year. We'll see how they are, but you got to play who's in front of you, and when you schedule a program like Texas, you expect the best of the best. And the Big Ten honestly is letting it's top heavy this year. You have to look at it that way, because outside of Indiana and Oregon and Ohio State, who I think are in a tier by themselves, then you have Michigan and USC next tier down. I think there's an argument. I see the argument, and I mainly agree with it. To be honest, our schedule has been a letdown.
So okay,
but it doesn't mean we're not dominating, though. That's
no, yeah, of course.
So
how do you see this game playing out? What do you got with OSU versus Michigan?
The pit in my stomach is here. It was not present last year, and that scared me. You guys graciously had us on your show preseason, and I talked about the fact that I trust Ryan Day in literally every single game but this one. My confidence has grown throughout the season as I've watched both Ohio State play and Michigan play. I get to laugh sometimes. And as I said last night on the live, there's not a single football reason exists that as to why Michigan could or should win this game, except for that they are the better rushing team. Bryce Underwood, I thought after watching the New Mexico game, I said, oh gosh, we're in trouble, man. This dude is a star right away. But he is, he's had his freshman moments, let's be honest. Only 9 touchdowns. I didn't expect that. Passing at this point of the season, less than 1 a game. No way did I see that coming. And Julian Sain is the better quarterback. That's unquestionable. He's a Heisman finalist at this point. I don't know if he's going to win it. It probably rides on this game, just like it did for C.J. Stroud and Troy Smith and other Buckeye quarterbacks that have been great in the past. But
he's not going to win it.
We'll see. If he has a baller game, he's going to be the front runner. There's no question about it, in my opinion. But anyway, about this game specifically, it's at the Big House. That's the only other factor that's like, all right, Michigan, the home crowd behind them. Wolverine fans know how to support, especially with the confidence of a 4-game winning streak entering this one. Even if things get bad, the Wolverine crowd will be behind it because they know Ryan Day and Ohio State. Now, I don't think the Wolverines are capable of winning this contest in the sense that Ohio State is the better team. Michigan does have talent. On paper, this should be no question who should win this contest. That doesn't mean the Buckeyes are going to win. I do think they will come out victorious, however. I see Ohio State struggling to win the rushing battle, and I think Michigan will win the rushing contest but I think that streak and that stat ends at 23 consecutive years that the winning team has the most rushing yards. I think Ohio State finally, under Ryan Day, for the first time since 2019, plays their ball, plays with confidence, and comes into Ann Arbor and gets a victory. I will say 27-20, Ohio State emerges victorious in a tough fought battle.
Still keeping a 1-score game. All right.
Yes.
All right. Before we get to Mr. Chaos over there. Ooh, I think it's frozen. I hear him though.
What?
Oh, your video is frozen. That's all right. Ben,
Oh,
as always, you are our resident outsider for this game. What
Mac, you're fine.
yeah,
sweet. Thank you.
What are you seeing from your side of the Big Ten?
Well, as soon as Mac was frozen, you should have kicked him out. You should have booted him from the studio. That would have helped.
I made this show.
First and foremost, love to invite Michigan next season to Autzen Stadium. You'll enjoy it there. You'll enjoy it.
No, thanks.
Oh, you're going. You're stuck. So yeah.
Oh, we are. Oh, crap.
Yeah. As this game, as the outsider. Obviously, I know it's a huge rivalry game. Last year was shocking on basically everyone's level. Even Michigan fans, I think, were shocked. They were what? I mean, let's not be dumb here about this. But no, everyone said everything correctly. That was what I was going to question was it's almost boring to watch Ohio State in the sense of outside the Texas game where both teams were kind of warming up. It's almost boring because of how surgical they have been. Yep. When Matt Patricia was named defensive coordinator, I was kind of okay, but can he do it in college? Well, it's been pretty good. I mean, it's been pretty good. We'll leave it at that. It's been, I don't think anyone has any question marks about that. Penn State, obviously, tight at the half. That was after Penn State lost its soul to Oregon after the whiteout and everything collapsed. I mean, that's literally the most points Ohio State's given up this year, 16 to Illinois. 16 points is the high scored against Ohio State, and that was on the road at Illinois. That's insane if you really think about it.
Yeah. Historic.
One thing with Michigan is I think that Michigan realizes, one, it's a rivalry game, of course. Two, they are a running team. But Bryce Underwood, just like saying, Bryce Underwood, though, is a true freshman. Saying is a redshirt freshman.
Yep, big difference.
So he's been in the system under Day, whereas Bryce Underwood is a true freshman. And I think what Michigan has done is kind of hold him back and not put him in bad positions. They've tried to not make him force the ball and throw 3 or 4 picks or something and destroy his confidence. He has not had a 300-yard passing game this season. His closest, I believe is 280 yards, I think, and that was at Northwestern, and you still only won by 2.
And he threw 2 picks in the game.
Yeah, he had to throw the ball though. I mean, he only
5 turnovers total.
So I'm just wondering if this game, Michigan comes out with a different game plan a little bit and says, "What do we have to lose at this point? It's the final game of the season. We're at home. Throw the ball." I know Michigan wants to run the ball. Obviously, that's Michigan. That's what they do. But when you're going against a team like Ohio State, maybe you just last game of the regular season rivalry game, let your freshman quarterback rip it a little bit and see what happens. If he throws 3 picks, whatever. You laid it all out there on the line. You abandoned your game plan that Ohio State thinks you're going to do and went like air raid.
I mean,
Now that would be a mind blow. Like Ohio State's ready for the ground game, and all of a sudden it's an air raid offense.
That would be shocking. Yeah.
I saw a stat that Bryce Underwood has, I believe it was 175 yards for the 2 games that Biff Poggi was coach versus 145 yards for the 7 games that Sharon Moore was coaching.
No.
Wasn't that it?
No, I don't think
which
so.
2 games? Which games were those?
Nebraska and
CMU
and Central.
Yeah, Central.
Yeah.
Or was it rushing yards? Rushing yards. Rushing yards.
Oh, rushing yards. Okay. I was like,
It was a very different offense. Yeah.
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 I don't see a way that Michigan wins this one just because I think like Rob and Peter said is like, and the way you look at the schedule Ohio State has done, while they haven't been tested, Michigan has been and has been in dogfights. And I agree that, you play the schedule you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. People have argued with Oregon, like, who have they beaten? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, we didn't make the schedule. We had Oklahoma State. We didn't know they were going to be a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Penn State. We didn't know they were going to end up being a dumpster fire afterwards. So it is what it is. But Ohio State's done everything they need to do. But Michigan is battle tested. They have been in these close games. But I think Ohio State's just too surgical in the way that they've been doing things defensively. And offensively, they've just done what they need to do. I know the line is 9.5. I'm surprised it's that small. I've got it like 30-17, Ohio State.
Oof. Ouch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
If you win, you can delete me from this show. You can go back and edit and just put an X over me.
I honestly am probably going to do that anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Mac, before I get to Mr. Chaos there, I want to throw up a couple of chats here. Jeremy is calling 24-20 Michigan.
Nice.
Emiliano Zapata has Michigan.
Nice.
Let's see here. No.
That's a low rider.
Yeah, it is. That's very low. Low rider.
That one. Oh, Drenger here has 27-21 Michigan.
Nice.
And
all right, here we
I
go.
said something. I don't know what I wonder. What did I say?
I think that was about
that the weather
Ryan
comments?
Day conversation. Yeah, or no, the Ryan Day conversation.
It was the schedule you were talking about.
Oh, okay. Durbin says, I wish Michigan ain't lose to USC, so it's a possibility they could play in the Big Ten championship. Yeah, we were expecting them to beat USC, but that obviously did not happen. Oh, hey, we have a super chat here from Dedoy08. $10. Thank you very much, Dedoy. Appreciate that. He says 2021 RD Ryan Day played his game and CJS threw 400 plus yards. 2022 UM struggled against the pass and Ryan Day kept running the ball. 2023 third quarter U of M couldn't stop the run and Ryan Day backed off of it. Yeah, I believe I remember that. That was one of the complaints about what was Ryan Day doing in that game. 2024, I don't know what the heck that was. Yeah, that was the one that surprised all of us.
Me either.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Dedoy, for the super chat. Really appreciate that.
And that's what I'm talking about. After that 2021 game, it's just like he didn't have confidence coming to this game. Looking at 2023, something was working, and for some reason he backed off of it. It's just like there's just something going on there. In 2024, he's right. Like, what the heck? What was that?
What happened? Yeah.
This game is a crucible of pressure, and some players and coaches rise to it, and some fall. And I hope Ryan Day finally can get back on track with his confidence in this contest because it is different than any other game we play.
And like you know what, I don't care about how I would feel after the win and stuff. Like, I really want this game for Ryan Day. You know, he's been through a lot, you know, unfortunately with his own fan base, and then from the other side of the rivals fan base as well. Just the death threats he's received from both sides. One was after last season's loss to Michigan, and then I heard some Michigan fans, because of the whole story that came out about him and his brother and the PI firm and stuff, that caused death threats as well. And just the constant, like, Ryan Day's not a good coach. He can't win the big games, and just like, he's had to do a lot to climb the mountaintop. So if anything, I really want this win for Ryan Day.
Oh,
Yeah, you never heard any of that on this show, though. We always said that Ryan Day was a good coach. We never obviously did anything with the death threats or anything like that. But I totally buy into the conspiracy that the private investigative firm is ran by his brother. I'm sorry, I didn't argue with the wall.
Can I, before the Agent Chaos here comes too, can
Yeah.
I say Ryan Day is such a good coach that he not ran off, but they should have kept Chip Kelly, because all the Chip Kelly one did was become the Raiders OC, remember? And in retribution for Chip Kelly taking down the Pete Carroll and ending the Pete Carroll regime at USC, Pete Carroll fired Chip Kelly season 1 in retribution for the downfall of USC and Pete Carroll.
Oh, that's
Football
That's a good
is
show.
a game of hate and payback.
And pettiness.
Chip
Yeah.
Kelly is probably the smartest football mind to ever not have a good career.
I think,
In
just
my
as a
humble
side
opinion.
note, I find it such a shame, and I don't know if this is social media or if it was going on before. I seem to remember things like this happening in the past too, that for some reason there's just that group of people that go straight to death threats. And I
no
don't get it.
sense.
I don't understand it. It just seems dumb. I mean, I understand being upset when your team loses, but to go to death threats, it's just, it's insane to me. Before we get to Agent of Chaos up there, Drinker says, I call Michigan to win, but I think it could go either way. It'll be closer than everyone thinks. Everybody here thinks it's going to be pretty close. Well, except for Ben, I guess. He's got 2 scores there. This is what I'm trying to understand. So Dodoy says won't win this game again. Ryan Day will lose this game. Well, if doesn't win and Ryan Day loses,
He's basically saying the reason why Michigan will win is because Ryan Day has another brain fart.
oh, I
Right.
see.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, Mac, throw a little chaos in here. What do you got?
Well, actually, Rob, I saw you have to get going. Do you have a couple minutes, or do you want us to let you go before I spew my nonsense and you get really upset with me?
You know what, man? All I'm going to say is that sometimes life is bigger than football. I told myself I wasn't going to get worked up this time around. I've been off, so I haven't gone on social media that much, haven't tuned into podcasts. This is honestly the only podcast I'm going to be on to talk about the game, but go on. I'll stay.
Nice. Hey, I love that attitude. Honestly, I deleted Twitter 2 weeks ago, and that was before the whole I'm not going to get into it, but that was before the whole Menace to Sports thing went down, and now I'm really regretting not being on Twitter for that, but whatever, it's fun because I have no stress. You know, I don't get on Twitter and see people say, "Oh, this person sucks and is horrible" and all that, and I don't really know the point I'm trying to make with that. But here's where the chaos comes in, right? This season is kind of fascinating for Michigan because it reminds me a lot of 2021. And if I could go back into the Wayback Machine for 4 years ago, back when I was but a mere 28-year-old, right? How old were we in 2021? 28? Well, I think it was 28. Definitely weren't expecting triplets. Still lived in Holland. Actually, I just moved to Holland. I don't care. Whatever. Michigan had 1 loss coming into the Ohio State game. And up to that point, had not exactly been the most convincing team coming into the Ohio State game. Okay. They blew out all the non-conference. Okay, that's the main difference between this season and 2021 is that Michigan blew out the non-conference in 2021. This season, Michigan obviously lost to Oklahoma, but we didn't play an Oklahoma caliber team in 2021. Had we done so, we probably would have lost that game too. So Michigan blows out the non-conference, and then immediately when they hit Big Ten play, they kind of almost fall apart. They only beat Rutgers by 1 score. They look a little shaky to start the game against Wisconsin, but obviously they pull away. They very nearly lose to Nebraska. Then they do lose 2 weeks later to Michigan State. They have a low-scoring game against Indiana. Offense doesn't look very good. Penn State at that point, Penn State is unranked, and Michigan is, I think, close to being top 10 at that point, and Michigan almost loses to Penn State. Michigan then blows out Maryland, and then coming into the Ohio State game, it's like, I really don't know what to expect from this Michigan team. I mean, we had Cade McNamara, who was basically the most pedestrian quarterback, but he was accurate and didn't turn the ball over. But it wasn't exactly like Michigan's offense was lighting the world on fire per se, but they were a really good rushing team and had a really good defense. I think the same thing is kind of the case coming into this season, except the only difference being is that we have the loss to Oklahoma rather than having destroyed our entire non-conference schedule. So coming into the Ohio State game, we have a quarterback who's, not lighting the world on fire and has really only had one game where you kind of look at him and be like, dude, what were you thinking? But he is a true freshman quarterback, so you have to throw in that variable as well. That being said, the defense against Maryland was very good. The defense against Northwestern was actually pretty good too, but any defense would struggle when your offense gives up 5 turnovers. So it can kind of give that to them. Wink Martindale has really figured something out with this defense, in my very humble opinion. So I'm not actually all that concerned about the defense coming into this particular game, except the defensive line, which has been getting more pressure as the season goes on. But my fear is that Wink Martindale will need to bring pressure against Julian Sayin, which is going to leave one of Ohio State's many Ferraris at wide receiver wide open, and they're going to dink and dunk their way straight into the end zone, which they've gotten very good at doing this year. That being said, if Wink plays defense in such a way that he's leaving the linebackers in coverage, I think we've got a shot at taking Ohio State to third down and potentially getting off the field. On offense, it's coming down to the fact that, Jordan Marshall has to come back, and then Cudsdell and Jasper Parker have to be running like their roster positions next season depend on it, because they might at this point. I think what's been really interesting about this Michigan team is the fact that when the starters go out, for some reason, this team actually kind of gets better. Think about, what game was it where Michigan State or Purdue, I can't remember which one it was, but both Marshall and Haynes were out for the first time, and Cudsdell went off. And
yeah,
Cudsdell's a walk-on. He's a walk-on, man, but he went off. He was like the guy where Sharon Moore was going up to him being like, hey, do you mind running the ball? And he's like, best I can do is give myself a concussion for you. So sure, whatever. That kid went off. And then Jasper Parker, that kid is fast. And these freshmen, you've got Zach Marshall at tight end. He's also a true freshman. He's also very good. You've got true freshmen on the offensive line right now because the offensive line is dinged up. Against Maryland, these guys were moving everybody. They looked good. It's basically like this team, mostly of freshmen, are playing with reckless abandon, because at this point, it's like, who cares? We've got the 2 losses to Oklahoma and USC. If we lose to Ohio State, which a lot of people expect us to, we're not going to make the playoffs, but everybody's a freshman. Nobody's really expecting Michigan to make the playoffs this season anyway. At this point, I will say at the beginning of the season, a lot of us were like, hey, I think we can make the playoffs. Maybe that's not the case because we have a young team now, but that's okay. I think that coming into the Ohio State game, Michigan's going to play with reckless abandon. I think they are going to let Bryce Underwood do whatever he needs to do. And I think Sharon Moore is going to unleash this offense in a way that we're probably a little bit surprised to see them even be capable of. So, yeah, I don't know if I need to say any more. I think it's pretty clear who I'm going with. Obviously, Western Michigan is winning the MAC. Obviously. Anyway,
Naturally.
I'm taking Michigan. I'm taking Michigan 27-21.
Ooh.
All right.
You
Now,
know,
all being said, if Ohio State wins, I will not be the least bit surprised.
Your price is righted me right there, Mac.
you know, here's the problem I have with the 2021 parallels. Ohio State's
me.
defense was absolute trash that whole entire season. People want to say, "Oh, CJ Stroud lost the game." No, Ohio State's defense lost the game. They had Cam Johnson, Bryson Shaw. Who the hell is Bryson Shaw? I don't even know. And just
I think
their
he's
defense,
a human being.
their defense was terrible, and that's the annoying thing. I just don't feel like you guys are respecting this Ohio State defense enough. That's just my feel.
I'm respecting him. I'm respecting him.
In my
Don't
defense,
be
I'm a
angry.
Michigan homer, so
I was actually taken aback there when I think Ben pointed out that they've only allowed 16 points was their biggest
16
game.
points. Yeah.
We've only allowed 9 touchdowns all season.
16 points to Illinois. And I was looking back at Michigan's 23 season, and they actually kept it under 14 points until was it the Ohio State game? No, it was the game before Ohio State. So they almost, so at any rate, to say that Ohio State's defense is then stopping more than, okay, it was the Maryland game. Yeah, they were under 15 points for every game until they got to Maryland. And they allowed 24, and then Ohio State they allowed 24, and then obviously the Iowa game was 26-0. But and we all thought that was a fantastic defense. So here this year, Ohio State's defense hasn't allowed any more than 16 points in any game up until now, or up at all yet.
They also haven't played anybody. Sorry, I had to.
So
Either way, however you want to look at schedule,
team?
it shows that Ohio State's defense is statistically better than Michigan's defense was in 23.
Yeah. With a worse schedule.
Just now occurred to me.
Okay.
I hadn't realized that before. So that's I think Rob said, I don't know if you said generational, but you said something along those lines. Historic, yeah. Which it is.
This is a college football, so for any defense to hold any team to that type of point total, though, this is putting backups in too. I'm sure at some point. For Ohio State is impressive. So a lot of those points are still coming up against backups too. You have to take that into consideration. So when everyone sees something like a statistic, like they give up this or this, when did they give up those points against who? Was it the starters, or did they put the backups in to get them reps? So
five of those 9 touchdowns were in the second half. Ben, sorry.
No, because like I just feel like the Ohio State's defense is just, they're not getting enough respect in terms of, the Michigan media, good amount of Michigan fans who I've seen on X, the few amount of times I've gone on. And it's just like you got to respect that they have the number 2 rushing defense in the country. You got to respect they're pretty much 1 or 2 in almost every category.
Hold on.
Are
you saying that Michigan fans are talking smack about Ohio State?
How dare they?
Good statistics. Oh my! No,
I was just
I'll
going
put
to
it
say.
like this.
Can I
Let me interject here real quick.
Why those? Oh, sorry, Peter. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're seeing this from national pundits too. There's a lot of Ohio State fatigue right now. College football fans love chaos. They don't want to see the same team being number 1 for the entire season, like we've seen this year. And we won the title last year. We want something new. It's just the way college fans are, man. And so these pundits want a story. They want a juicy story. And so they're looking to nitpick the number one team. Oh, they're not good at this. They're not good at this. The schedule, the run game, this, all these things add up. And it all comes back to OSU fatigue for me. But in my opinion, it's time for Ohio State to do the NCAA's job and put a playoff ban on Michigan in this contest.
Hey, that was pretty good. That was
good.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you though. I think it's tiring when you see one team stuck at the top, and now even a lot of people are still downplaying Indiana. I'm sorry, Indiana's really good. So, but Indiana has not been good for so long. It's hard for people to believe that they're actually really good. So when they beat Oregon, Oregon got put on the back burner as going, meh, they're okay. Because it's Indiana. With all due respect to Indiana, because I think they're really good. Signetti's an amazing coach. So great work that he's been doing there. But I think you're right. It's fatigue. It's kind of like when Bama used to be ranked number one for like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, kill me. It's it's fatigue.
Yep.
What's kind of funny too is that like in the 23 season, Michigan was ranked number 2 and number 3 for pretty much all of the season until the first playoff game, and then they were number 1. So looking at that this year, well, like you said, Indiana has been number 2 for most of the season. So that might be something for Ohio State to watch out for.
Yeah. It's been chaos this year, just not at the top of the polls.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, the top 3, 4 have not really moved at all. You've had A&M, then Indiana came in, and Ohio State. They've just been stuck there for the most of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're undefeated, so that's why. Obviously, but
I love how I said I wouldn't get worked up, but I'm really trying to keep the composure here.
It's hard not to. I worry about some of the people I see online because it's like their whole lives are going to be ruined if their team loses. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I want Michigan to win, obviously, but if they don't, it's like, at least we lost to the number 1 team in the country.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be upset whatsoever. I've got so much going on in my personal life that I couldn't possibly care less. For instance, Western Michigan is going to the MAC championship, guys. I don't know if you heard. And I'm shocked at it myself. So even if Michigan loses this game, I'm good. My alma mater's still in a championship game. I'm happy.
Let's go.
Well, here's a couple for you. So Eccentrics says it's going to be OSU 42, Michigan 17. But here's the big one. MW3 Piggy the Sith says OSU 62, Michigan nothing.
I'm sure
Michigan's not going to put anything on the board there.
And you thought my 30. You thought my 30-17 was extreme.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, we've got, let's see, Peter has it 1 score. Rob has it a field goal. Ben has it 13 points. And Mac, you've got it 6 points. So that's a pretty tight game. That should be, it'll be a good one. I'm excited about it this year. Last year I was, like I said before, last year was like, I didn't even want to watch it. This year I'm actually kind of excited for it. So it'll be a fun one, I think.
Here's the thing. I don't know why anyone expects either of these teams to win, because last season it couldn't be more of a David versus Goliath situation. Yeah. I mean, are you kidding me? And Michigan still wins. So like coming into this game, I mean, yeah, we're talking stats, we're talking numbers, we're talking talent, we're talking coaching and all that. It does not matter. I mean, it really doesn't. Yeah. Coaching to a point, because I think you could argue that Ryan Day coached himself into a loss there, but still, I mean, at the end of the day, how do you lose to Davis Warren as quarterback? And I love me some Davis Warren. All right. Build the statue. Okay. That's what I'm saying. But still, I mean, yeah.
Well, I think it was it you guys, Peter and Rob, that said on your show that you think that some of the pundits are like afraid to pick Ohio State because of what happened last year?
Yeah. I mean, just like Josh Pate, he pretty much picked Michigan, said, you know what? If I pick Michigan in order for Ryan Day to get over the hump, I'm going to do it. I'm picking Michigan to win this game because he's picked Ohio State all these other years. Right. But, Mac, you're right. And, I don't care about talent. I don't care what's on papers. on paper, I haven't looked up any stat or statistics or anything. But I think it's just going to come down to coaching as execution and whoever makes the least mistakes. But again, like I just really feel like Ryan Day has really turned the corner in terms of his coaching approach and just embracing whatever game plan he has and being more chill and staying off social media, because he was terrible at that. I'm not gonna lie. You know, they're all the way up until that national championship game and just the playoff run, he made some terrible decisions that cost him big games.
Yeah.
And sometimes in order to climb, you got to learn, you got to fall.
Yep.
I want to say two things really quickly.
Go for it.
One, I found it interesting as I've discussed with my circle and, you know, living in Michigan, there's a lot of Michigan fans in that circle. The lack of confidence from both sides entering Saturday. Ohio State because of PTSD from last year, as well as the previous three. And then Michigan, you know, fans, there's a lot of, yeah, we're probably going to get our butts kicked. I mean, I've talked to at least 10 people, and only one has said that they think we'll win. And it wasn't said with much gusto. And then two, I'm a historical nerd, man. I love me some college football history. If Michigan wins for the 5th straight time this coming Saturday, it'll be the first time in a century that has happened. Not since 1922 to 1927 has Michigan won 5 in a row when they won 6 in a row back then.
Boom. That's what
So we can't let that happen.
I was gonna say, I think Michigan actually has the longest winning streak, but it was early 1900s, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
9 in a row.
When nobody cared about football, so.
Well, you
Can't
guys
count
do
that.
because you still claim titles from then.
Yeah, of course.
not? Title's a title.
Yeah.
Fielding Yost was a GOAT.
We claim the national statistical whatever analytic title from last year as being the only 13-0 team.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But you're over under there. I don't know why you don't have a second over under.
A second over under?
A second over under. How many people get pepper sprayed? 1.5.
Oh, yeah.
You,
No, he's totally right.
Why is this not a statistic?
The over under on the pepper spray.
Well, you know, it's funny that people bring up all this only happened in the Ohio State Michigan game. I saw, you know, online that there was actually a fight that broke out at a playoff game in Ohio, and they brought out the pepper spray. So maybe just Ohio cops don't mess around. They just don't want to deal with the nonsense.
No,
Maybe they have short tempers.
That
Little
same
liberal.
weekend. That same weekend last year of the Michigan Ohio State game, there was also a fight. What was it? The North and South Carolina game.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
There's a
And
fight
then
every
what was the other
Yeah.
one? I think it was Boise State or what?
Florida State.
Florida State. Yeah, there was a huge fight at those games too.
Wasn't it North Carolina State, North Carolina as well?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Not
That
South
sounds
Carolina,
right,
North Carolina,
yeah.
North Carolina State. Yeah. So yeah, some of these games just get out of hand. There's just emotions run high, and those rivalries are tough.
Hey, if there's pepper spray available, use it. I love it. It's great video.
But
What were you
there's
gonna say,
still
Mac?
only one school that has had assault charges brought against players, and that's our little brher.
Is
Yeah.
that Georgia?
Yeah.
The tunnel.
Or Georgia
Michigan
just has
State
the most guys
hasn't
in
beaten
prison,
Ohio.
right?
Michigan State hasn't beaten Ohio State since 2015. So
Yeah. Georgia has a whole bunch of off-field prison issues. Michigan State has on-field prison issues.
Georgia
It's
can't
bad.
stop. Every weekend, it's like another player. At least
Yep.
once a month.
Yeah.
Seriously.
At least like once a month now.
It's crazy.
Wasn't it last week like the backup center got arrested for stabbing somebody?
Yep.
Jeez.
I think that's what I read. A UAB player actually got arrested for that too. But like, what is up with Georgia? How does Georgia have anyone left on the roster at this point? Like, they're all in prison from like criminal speeding to actual criminal behavior.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna say happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the weekend.
Thanksgiving.
Enjoy the
Gobble,
football.
gobble, gobble.
Rob and Peter, let everybody know where you can be found, because you guys have some good stuff going on over there.
You can find Peter and I on a show called Buckeye's Battlecry. Battlecry is one word. We go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Bring you the latest and hottest topics, the boldest takes in all of college football.
Anything you want to add, Peter?
Respect.
Respect.
I'm nervous. That's all. I'm nervous.
For
The
Ryan
confidence
Day.
tonight
Get
was
this
false
done for Ryan
bravado.
Day.
All right, Rob, Peter, thank you very much for being on the show. Love having you guys on here. Appreciate it always. Thank you very
Have
much.
a good night and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
Thanks,
Thanksgiving.
guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Ben, where can everybody find you?
Well, no, you guys have to commit to doing playoff watch parties and the live streams afterwards. You know, for some of us that are going to be in the playoffs, for some of us that are going to be in the playoffs.
Right, yeah, for the ones that are
Okay.
actually going to be there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Tell you what,
God.
we'll do a playoff watch party for Oregon if you promise to put in a $20 super chat.
I'll get right on that.
Sick. All right.
All right. Yeah.
You're
You'll see it
lying through
coming.
your
You'll see it
face,
coming
but-
in a few months' time.
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
something. If we see that rap video, maybe I will.
That's
tip you.
getting released after the stream. Like
Yeah.
I'm yeah.
Okay.
We'll be on the
channel.
I will be watching it. Yeah. No.
It's
no,
gonna be
no.
awesome.
Find me and my co-host Spaz on Quacking Off on YouTube, on Twitter at Quacking Off CFB, and we will be detailing all the Duck information. But it's been fun this season, and the season is coming to a close.
Yeah.
Again, long off season coming up, and yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys having me on, and looking forward to the finale of the season and the playoffs, and next season, as always.
For sure, definitely. Yeah, thanks a lot for being on the show. Really appreciate you got some great analysis there, and really enjoy having you on the show. It's been great.
Me and my
thanks a lot,
me
Ben.
and my vapes will stick around.
There we go.
Sick.
Hold on.
What? Okay.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh, that was kind of dope. Oh, I
Have a
like
good
that.
night,
Actually.
everyone.
That was kind of sweet.
Bye, man.
See you, dude.
All right.
That's kind of a legit trick.
That was kind of cool. Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
faded him out as soon as he did that. That would have been wild.
That would have been sweet.
All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us. If you weren't here for the early part of the show, Drunger says, bring on the rap video. We tried to play it on here, and the sound isn't coming through. I think I need to upload it to the stream, which if I do it now, it's likely going to break the stream, and then you're not going to see it anyway. But Mac is going to release it on the channel as soon as we sign off here, so you will be able to see it there. Like I said at the beginning of the show, unless you weren't here for that, this is our last live stream for the season. There's just so much going on. Something's got to give. And unfortunately, it is the live stream. So we have really enjoyed hanging out with all you guys this season. I hope you have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving. And Mac is frozen again. Mac, are you still there?
I am. Yeah,
You are here. Okay, there you are. So have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hang on for Mac's rap video. It will be on the channel, not on this live stream, but on the channel. And
I just said it live and put the link in the chat.
Oh, excellent. So there you go. You've got that. And also, we have been releasing more articles on teamrivalry.com. So that's where we do. We're basically switching over to all comedy. We like doing the fun stuff, the comedy stuff, because Mac and I just, it's just what we love.
We like the funny.
We love making fun of things. We love the comedy and all that, the jokes. So we're kind of switching over to that. We're going to start gearing this channel toward that, kind of an SEC shorts, but without all of the extra talent to help us out.
And
That's
none of the
where we're
production
headed.
quality.
And that is true too.
Yeah.
Mac says Drenger says Mac about to have 3 diaper changes and 3 bottles to make it 4 a.m. Yeah.
I'm lucky to say that I've married an incredible woman who is going to do that for me. No, I'm kidding. I will help with that, but I do have help, which is great.
John Hatfield says the rap video popped up, so it is there. You guys can go watch that right now. And I think that's going to do it for all of us. That's happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy football this weekend. If you're rooting for Michigan, if you're rooting for Ohio State, if your team loses, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. If your team wins, gloat like there's no tomorrow.
Why would you
well,
give them permission for that? Thanks a lot, dude.
I don't know. It's a thing.
And we're never going to hear the end of it. Thanks a lot.
Dodoy says, here's to U of M going 5-0 on the 2020s. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
What does Mondo here say?
Mondo P USMC Semper Fi says, come on, guys, if you want to compare the 23 UM defense to this year's OSU defense while chirping who has Ohio State played this year, let's take a look at the 23 Michigan schedule. Oh, well, yeah, we talked about that. His schedule is what schedule is. And
yeah,
what we were getting to was that Ohio State's defense is historic this year. So, but it
is.
I know, and I understand there's been a lot of that. Oh, we're just asking questions, but we're just talking about this stuff in as much as we can from every side and every angle we can. So I'm not saying that Ohio State has had like a crappy schedule this year, and so they don't deserve what they've done. I'm just saying, I'm curious, does that have anything to do with it? Clearly, the AP and the CFP and the coaches poll all think Ohio State deserves to be number one, and that's all that matters. So there you go.
Two things can be true at once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ohio State has an incredible defense this season. Ohio State's strength of schedule is also not great. So it could be that they hit Michigan this season and Michigan's able to score. It could also be that they hit Michigan and destroy them. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So Dringer says, happy Thanksgiving. Let's go Lions. Let's go Wolverines. Yeah. Lions are playing the Green Bay Packers this weekend. So hopefully they can take them out
tomorrow.
Get back on track. Oh, it is tomorrow. Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They always play on Thanksgiving. Yep.
At 1 p.m.
Okay, so Mondo brings up the schedule. Yep. Okay. And then Dodoy says, screw the Bucknuts.
That's good analysis right there. That's the best comment we've ever gotten.
Top shelf.
Screw the Bucknuts. Yeah.
We're hoping the Wolverines can pull this one out 5-0. They've got a chance, which we couldn't say last year.
And yet they still won.
So
okay.
I'm excited. I'm gonna look forward to watching this game. I wasn't looking forward to watching last year. I'm looking forward to this year. Mac, any last thoughts?
The rap video is live. It's been an amazing season. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. And if Michigan wins, I'll try and convince my wife to name one of the triplets after Bryce Underwood.
Oh, there you go. Bryce Richardson.
She just said no.
Oh, all right. Well, that was short-lived.
That was
Dodoy says OSU still going to lose to Indiana, and then the world will end.
Sweet. Love it.
All right. There we go. We're all done. He says, good night, guys. Take care. See you next year. Drenger. Am I saying that right? Drenger. Yeah.
Drenger. Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
That's going to do it for us. Good night. Go Blue. Mac, take us out.
This is the Michigan Wolverines Team Rivalry Show. Good night and go Blue.
Good night, everybody.